Day 2, intervals complete already. I feel like when I do them really early in a ride, like they're just done and out of the way, and I don't seem to like be sitting in the flat waiting for like 10, 11 o'clock to come around after I've done my work and then procrastinate about the intervals I gotta do. Feels nice just to get out and do it and deal with life stuff when I get back. This is actually Betws Mountain, also known as Mynydd y Gwair, and this is the route that we'll be coming on next weekend for the Band of Climbers Carmarthenshire ride, but it's actually like Swansea / Carmarthenshire, 2 counties, but we come over this mountain in both directions, so we get to go down. I'm about to go down this descent. It's an amazing descent down Scotch Pine into Ammanford. So the intervals today were 4 by 8 minutes. Well, more like 7.5 because I got to the top of the climb too quick. It's just quite a seriously hard interval training session, to be honest, and great for targeting your VO2 max in a way. Even though you're riding at like 105% of FTP, again, I'm not massively targeting or being strict with that, but the idea is, and because that's about as long as you'll get, 8 to 10 minutes of efforts like that, you end up like really stretching yourself. And my heart rate, as most of you know, it takes a while to get up, but once it gets up after about 5 minutes, and then that's a good chunk of time then spent at that high heart rate, because the interval is 8 minutes long. I could probably stretch them to 10 minutes, but man oh man, they would be tough. Tell you what these sessions do, they really toughen you up and make you dig, you know, really quite deep, especially that last one. You know, if you're doing 4, I usually do 5 intervals, but being that this is in a block of 3 days, I decided to be a bit conservative and just shoot for 4. You know, really pushing for peak fitness. Like, it's not often I do these. I use the same climb I always have done for the last 5 years. You know, I know whereabouts I am, can always compare myself. And it's not one constant gradient either, but it goes up and down in steps, so you're always changing gear, you're always finding that you have to change your pace. Your power is never constant, and that's something else I'm trying to achieve with these intervals, is never quite sustaining. I would much rather ride to the terrain, because at the end of the day, that's the fastest way to climb. So when I end up doing rides like this, and I do all of my intervals in the first hour, hour and a half, which I don't always do, it's just the way I've planned it for this week at least, I usually consume liquid carbohydrate during the intervals, because obviously it's quite hard to eat when you're only going easy for a short amount and about 6 minutes of recovery. So in 6 minutes you don't really have time to get that bar down, so I save liquid for the first hour, and then I have bars for the rest of the ride. I've actually got I think about 8 bars just to make sure, so that'll be about 50 grams of carbs an hour. This ride is going to be 5 hours. Yesterday was 5.5, and I'm going to try and shoot for a little bit more elevation today. I came about 50 meters short of 3,000 yesterday, so today I want to try and break that 3,000 mark in 5 hours. At least that's the loop I've designed, which is 125k. That'll be 2 good days back to back of about 500 TSS. So I don't know why. You guys probably feel the same way, to be honest. Whenever you do days like this, like big days of riding, it doesn't have to have intervals in, but big days of just riding in general, I think those are the days where you feel the most pro, if that's ever a thing. I know some of you are gonna say, I never feel pro. But you know what I mean, like when you ride your bike, or when you have like a fairly big ride to do, that's when you feel like it's your job. And you know, we get lost in just the fun and enjoyment of riding your bike. You can't really do that in a 1 hour interval session. It's raining, but we got a bonus ride this evening. Charlie's on a new bike. Still, well, first ride. No bike fit or anything yet though, so it's a bit of a slapdash job just to get it as close to what the other bike was. 5 minutes in. First impressions?
I'm wet.
You're wet?
Yes.
Apparently I'm making a ride in the rain just to get this shot, so